Dead.
Ashford, Weybridge, Woking, Cobham, Chobham, Hersham and Horsell. This is Radio Way, your station, your community.
It certainly is.
Supporting your community. Radio Way.
I think my problem is tonight, too many faders and too much going on in the studio. If anybody's going to be watching this in the near future on YouTube, it is an absolute... How can I describe the scene in the studio tonight? Bedlam, I think is probably one way of describing it. We have a live band in the studio tonight, in Studio 2, the Phil Astles Band, and we actually, I think this is a first for Radio Way, we've almost got a full drum kit thrown in the corner of the studio, which I've never ever seen on this station before, plus a bass player, and of course our lead guitarist and vocalist tonight is Phil Astles, the band is named after, and we were having a chat earlier, and apparently if you name the band after you... No, we won't go there, okay. Only joking. We'll be back with some more live music. Let's play a track first. Here's Junior Wells. Oh, that's a lovely track, courtesy of Delmark Records, and a track taken from 55 Years of Blues. That's Junior Wells and Little by Little. And we were chatting earlier, before we came on air actually, about this chap, Albert King. Yeah. What a great guy he was as well. And see the picture on the back of the album there. Yep. He's actually got his pipe in his mouth. Can you see that? Albert, yeah. I know this doesn't work on radio, but he was a strange chap. He used to smoke a pipe. And what was his story you were telling me about red wine as well earlier on?
Yeah, Albert. He once he'd made it, he wanted to show everybody, and he thought the best way to do that is to drink red wine on stage because it shows he's made it. In fact, there's a great history of this in the blues. John Lee Hooker always took a limousine wherever he went, and there's a brilliant photograph of him after he'd made a bit of money with a speedboat on his front driveway. He wanted to have a speedboat, even though he's entirely landlocked. And then there's Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's a great photo of him, thumbs up, with an air conditioning unit outside his house, and absolutely fantastic. Great guys.
Where do you get all these stories from? They're not in the book I read, Rough Guide to the Blues.
Yeah, I read the Smooth Guide to the Blues.
Ah, there we go. I've got the Rough Guide. Well, that's just shot me down in flames. I'm going to actually play a track now from this guy, Albert King, the man himself, and see the another picture thing that works well on radio. He's got the classic V guitar there.
He does, and he plays it upside down.
He was a left-hander, wasn't he?
Yeah, but that's right. But he has all his strings are upside down. So rather than bending up, he's always pulling down. And he actually he would bend so incredibly that he would just stay in one place. And for me to play it, or anyone to play it, you'd have to move all over the neck. It's quite amazing.
Sounds a bit too technical for me. Shall we hear the man himself?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, let's try and work out which CD I should put up. Let's try that one.
You've been meeting your man.
That's the man himself, that's Albert King, and Laundromat Blues. You just got back in time, didn't you, Phil? Well, were you going outside to see what the view was like, or I'm not quite sure where you dashed off to?
I was just going to sit by the pool again.
Yeah.
It's amazing, actually, sat here next to a heated pool.
Actually, a lot of people don't realise that with Radio Way.
Is now a good time just to say thanks to all the backroom staff?
I think you'd best go, if you're going to talk to the listeners, maybe you come over to the red microphone. No, not particularly very well. If you come over to this one...
I'd just like to say a big thanks to everyone who's looked after us all day today. We've had a really good time. It's been absolutely wonderful. Well, I don't see what's funny, guys. It's been great.
I think the guys in the back room have really pulled their finger out tonight.
They have. And, special thanks to the monsieur, on behalf of Noel, our drummer, who was complaining of an aching wrist. So everything's good here.
Yeah. What do you think of the swimming pool? Because we've just had it refurbished.
I think the diving board's a little bit dangerous, but otherwise everything's good here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that the limo will be ready later on to take you back to the hotel. Of course, the courtesy limo and the suite you have at the local Sheraton. So it's nice to see that Radio Way are actually looking after you guys tonight. Right. I think you're going to do a couple more songs for us. Now I've got myself completely into trouble. What's the name of the first song?
The first one, perhaps appropriately at this moment in the show, is called Low Life Blues.
Can I just say, before you start, You are listening to Radio Way. This is community radio across North West Surrey and South Middlesex. We're going to the hospitals of Ashford and St Peters. This is live music. It is the blues session, and this is a passion of mine. I mean, I always say that most presenters can put on CDs, but to actually get a band like this into the studio, I think is absolutely wonderful. Thank you guys for coming along. I'll let you do your song now. Thanks very much.
Yeah, you can call me a low life. Yeah, but I live the high life too. And if I ever hit that bottom, baby, gonna be the last thing I ever do. I used to have me plenty money, pretty girls everywhere I went. You know I didn't pay no attention to all that money that I spent. Now my good friends, they try to tell me, they said, Phil, why'd you live your life so fast? I didn't pay them no attention. I thought these good times would always last. Now I woke up this morning. I took a good long look around. You know I spent all my money, and my good friends, they all put me down. I'm right back at the beginning. I'm back where I began. You know I'm gonna do things different. I'm gonna follow a different plan. So you can call me a low life. Yep, and I live the high life too. And if I ever hit that bottom, baby, gonna be the last thing I ever do. Call me a low life. Yeah, but I live the high life too. And if I ever hit that bottom, baby, gonna be the last thing I ever do.
There we go. That's a song called Low Life, I believe.
Yes.
It is.